All right, so I thought today it would be good to do a comparison just to show you, again, prototype 1 that we made back in June, and then just to kind of let you know some of the tweaks we made from, miles and miles of wearing these around, doing some work, finding out, ways the design could be improved, and then those things led to what you see as the version that's actually going to be the version that is available or 97% close to what you're going to see when we release these next month on Indiegogo as a pre-sale, part of our crowdfunding campaign, so you can buy these pre-sale. So prototype 1, the most important thing that we improved on from this prototype was actually in the sole. Where our goal is to have a completely flat-soled boot. And one of the issues with this prototype was that, we started out by buying these HuFlex soles. And you'll see this, it comes pre-made, dual density rubber, cushiony enough, but also this bottom rubber is tough. But the issue that I think you could probably see without me having to explain it was that we had to shave down the back part and take off material to ensure that it was completely flat. And as much as we liked these, and as much as they're comfortable on prototype 1, the issue here, which I don't know if it's going to be super apparent for the viewers at home, but, to me, I can tell that it is a little thinner in the front than it is in the back. It kind of came down to, there's an extra step and an extra process, and, if we get to the point where we end up selling a bunch of these, we got to make sure that, what actually arrives at your house is completely flat. So that was one issue there, where we didn't have faith that we could consistently deliver perfect level, true level. So that was kind of the first switch you'll see here, where we ended up just going and getting our own, we made our own dual density rubber, so you probably can't see it, but we've got a tough EVA layer here under the Circo, and then we've got this rubber here, which actually one switch even that'll be from this boot to the next boot is that this is going to be turned sideways for improved traction. But it's the same rubber, so that's all you really need to know is that this rubber is super tough, great traction, incredibly durable, and it's incredibly similar to the rubber that you would see on a tire, like for driving your car. So it's tough, great traction, it's not sliding around, and I don't even want to estimate how many tens of thousand miles you can put on these boots, but it's a lot. So it's better than what it was going to be, and by any standard, this was still going to be a great sole. Something similar, right, is that we've still got the same shape, right? The whole thing with this prototype, the design was less important than the shape. We wanted to make sure it was foot-shaped and that your toes could spread out. In addition to being flat, that your toes could spread out when you put them on. So we kept that consistent here. If you're wondering about the design, this design, I already know what you're thinking. This design is super badass, and why would we change it? Because, besides the people who already know that, barefoot shoes that are flat and wide are better for your health because they replicate the situation your foot is in when it's naturally just on the ground. Obviously we're doing a crowdfunding campaign, and we want the blue-collar workers, who these are really built for, to be able to adopt this boot. And, it's reminiscent of just a classic style that you don't really have to convince people to know is cool. So that's why we ended up going with this mock toe style. It's more conventional of a look than this boot, but, it brings in the barefoot features that you see in so many running and hiking shoes, but that aren't common at all in protective work boots yet. So that's what we're bringing to you here. We wanted to bring a boot that was better for your foot to wear, but provided protection for the people who have to work at job sites where they're required to wear protective footwear. So that's what this is. We're going to be releasing this in August on Indiegogo. You can pre-order it in August. We'll announce a specific date soon. But just know these are coming, and if you don't need a high level of protection, but you're a boot wearer, or you just want a foot that doesn't squeeze your toes together and lets it be completely flat, we're going to be selling a soft toe version too that is still the same great design, still a super durable boot, but it doesn't offer the same protection if you don't need that. So be on the lookout for these in August on Indiegogo, and thank you so much. Hope to see you there.